Most guys are so lucky they even have a girl living with them. Here are 10 romance anime where the boy is forced to live with the girl. Let's go! Number 10. Invaders of the Rokujiyoma.
で、幽霊が俺に何の用だ？
ここは私の家よ。だからあんたには出て行ってもらうわ。
勝手なことを言うな。ここはやっと見つけた俺の生活拠点だ。
What better way to feed tension into the story rather than putting one normal guy in a house full of girls? Not just a normal bunch of girls, but one ghost, one alien, one magical girl, and one human. This is what happens to Kotaro Satomi, who goes into an apartment known as the Corona House. But this mysterious apartment seems to have something hidden inside it, apart from the coronavirus.
この部屋で何エッチなことしてんのよ。そんな場合じゃないんです。魔法の力が。
As soon as Satomi lands in his room, all sorts of ghosts and supernatural entities arrive to fight for Satomi's room. In terms of originality, the only original thing you'll find here is the premise, since the characters and their moments seem to be built on the usual stereotypes. But that doesn't stop this anime from being a fun comedy show. Number 9. Love Flops.
おかえりなさい。あなた。おかえりなさい。ご飯にする？お風呂にする？それともちょっと！なんで閉めちゃうのよ。
Why let one girl live with the guy when you can have 5? That's right, the author thought 1 wasn't enough and decided to multiply that number by 5. Meet Asahi Kashiwagi, a guy who is living a pretty average high school life, just like the rest of the anime characters. But one day, he finds the predictions of a fortune teller coming true when he gets confessed by 5 girls.
ちょっと2人とも抜け駆けずるい。カリもやる。私も良ければマッサージします。僕も私がさ。
At first, I thought this was going to be another generic anime where one guy lives with a bunch of girls. But to my surprise, this show seems to have its own unique twists. This isn't some masterpiece of an anime, but it's much better than the impressions the first episode gives you. This got released this season, so you still have time to catch up on the released episodes and wait for the season finale. Number 8. Ground Control to Psycho-Electric Girl.
月とゴールクスの光の下になんか地球外生命体みたいなのがいた。
Meet one of the strangest girls in anime. Makoto Niwa is an average schoolboy who decides to move to his aunt's house after his parents go abroad. And surprise, surprise, we find that he has a long-lost cousin who has a very strange personality. She wraps herself in a futon instead of going to school and speaks like an extraterrestrial alien who came to invade Earth.
地球は狙われている。私は宇宙人の血を引く超低観測眼。
Now, you might think she's the weirdest girl in town, but hold up. There seems to be several other nut jobs in the town as well. The specialty of this anime is the personalities of these characters. Instead of following the same old stereotypes, we got some new personalities, which makes this whole show more engaging. And this has a great art style. It's no surprise considering how this is done by Studio Shaft. Number 7. More than a married couple, but not lovers.
おいしい。さすが私。
What if there was a class in your school that teaches you how to lead a happy married life? What's even more strange is how you are paired up with a girl and then forced to live inside the house for 1 whole year. Now, if you get the girl of your dreams, it's all good. But if you meet another girl who you don't like, that's when things start to get messed up. This is what happens to Jiru, who gets a girl who he never wanted.
ごめん、とりあえず話してくんない？
いきなり慣れ慣れしいよ。
理不尽。
This follows the usual staying with a girl I never liked trope really well. The premise itself is original to keep you hooked, but if you're going to watch this show hoping for some quick romantic development between the main couple, then you'll be disappointed. This seems to lean a bit to the rent-a-girlfriend route, so expect some heavy romantic tension with little results. Number 6. Taisho Otomi Fairy Tale.
君には悩みなんてないのだろうな。
まあひどい。私にだってありますわ。それも2つも。
This guy right here, he has the worst life anyone could imagine. His father kicked him out, and now he is forced to live in this little house all alone. But turns out his father isn't that unkind because he sends along a girl to be his wife. So when the depressed guy opens the door and sees the girl, even the anime goes from black and white to full color.
なんと
無理。
This doesn't have the usual high school setting you see in most romance anime, but this takes the time to develop our main couple. Along the way, several other characters join this guy's household as well, but most of the time the anime focuses on how the couple decides to live together. This is a pretty wholesome anime, so go watch it with a box of chocolates. Number 5. Banished from the hero's party.
ギデオン本当にここにいたんだ。
リト。
Are you tired of fantasy heroes always having to defeat one bad guy after the other? Well, the story here is different, and it's pretty much obvious from the title itself. Apparently, this guy gets banished from the hero's party, and then decides to lead a quiet life in the countryside. That's it. That's all there's to it. But then he gets a girl who is also a badass princess, and that's when the romance plot starts to kick in.
お願いしますリット様。愚かな私に教えてくださいって言ったら教えてあげる。
There are times when the story feels too simplistic and a repetition of all the fantasy tropes you've seen before, but then this girl called Rit comes in and always steals the spotlight. So if you want a nice romance in the countryside along with a retired hero and a cheerful girl, then this is the anime you should watch next. Number 4. Yuna and the Haunted Hot Spring.
私は揺らぎ荘の地縛霊湯の花ユーナと申します。
What happens when the ghost who's haunting you is a cute anime girl? Will you run away, or will you let her haunt you? All you need to learn is that this guy finds the ghost haunting the abandoned hot springs is actually a ghost waifu. Oh wait, things aren't over right there. We got more girls joining the hot springs, either because this guy is very popular, or the hot springs are that good.
私は嬉しいですよ。木枯らしさんが来てくれて。木枯らしさん、私のこと全然怖がらないから。
The anime might not have the most original characters out there, but it still knows how to balance its comedy, along with some nice character interactions. This is one of those dumb fun kind of shows that is actually enjoyable. Perhaps the moral of this story is how romance doesn't have boundaries, even spiritual boundaries. But don't expect a ghost to fall in love with you in real life. Number 3. Engaged to the Unidentified.
妙に生々しい話。姉様を知ってたんですか？
We once again have an arranged marriage the girl never knew about. Engaged to the Unidentified is about Kobeni Yonomori, who one day finds a fiancé and a sister-in-law right on her doorstep. This time the mastermind behind the plan is their late grandfather, because the old guy cannot simply die in peace without pushing her into another trouble.
50と気取りたいのよきっと。とにかく小紅には三峰の家にふさわしい嫁になっていただきます。これからピシピシ行くので覚悟しておくように。
It turns out her future husband, Hakuya Mitsumini, and his younger sister, Mashiro, have moved from their countryside home to the Yonomori household in order to get more acquainted with their new family, and now she is forced to live with them. The anime is pretty simple in terms of the story, but the chemistry between the main couple is super interesting to watch. It's not every day you get to see the romantic development between a silent, aloof guy and a hardworking girl. Number 2. Yurusei Yatsura.
さっきから何のことだっちゃ。結婚うるさいじゃ。結婚だ。
Those old anime folks might know about this one, but we are not here to talk about the anime title that came out in the 1980s. We're here to check if the new remake is doing well. And yeah, it doesn't disappoint. It's got that nice and original comedy along with a bunch of interesting characters. And this seems like a good time to remind you the main girl is an alien from outer space.
うちをなめるな。
電撃だ。なんと私は電撃使いだ。
しばらくはしびれて動けないっちゃよ。
Yurosei Yatsura is about a guy called Ataro, who is sent to represent humanity during a duel between humanity and aliens. He gets to face a girl called Lum, the daughter of one of the aliens. Here, Ataru makes a promise to marry his girlfriend, but Lum interprets this as a desire to marry her, so she comes in and lives with him. Number 1. The Kawaii Complex Guide to Manners and Hostile Behavior.
例えばあんな彼女と青春の日々を
Okay, this is an old anime, but this is one of my favorites. I won't call this a masterpiece, but it's still damn good. The story is about high school freshman Kazunari Usa, whose parents get a transfer abroad and his mother makes him stay at a boarding house that provides meals for its residents. The problem is the mansion is filled with weirdos. You've got a masochist, a girl who has terrible luck with men, a predatory college student, and of course, among all of them is Ritsu, a senpai that he likes and admires.
違うんです。今のはその言葉のあやで。ウサ君、そこ
女子エリア。
The main couple here is Ritsu and Usa, but that doesn't stop the anime from giving development to the rest of the cast of characters. This is all about putting the couple in a building and then letting them develop that love chemistry on their own. If you haven't watched this anime, then watch it right now. It's one of the best anime that executes the living together trope really well.